So I'm outside Govan Station on the Glasgow subway just behind me, and there's brand new trains from Stadler now being rolled out onto the subway network. SPT got in touch and they said, Jeff, if you'd like to come up, come to Glasgow, we'll take you for a tour around the depot and get up close with the new trains. So the Glasgow subway launched its new trains at the end of 2023. And going into 2024, more units are being put into service, so that by the end of the year, all 17 trains will be in use on the subway. It's all part of a modernisation programme, which will also see a new signalling system installed, platform screen doors at stations installed, and there are plans too for the trains to become driverless, or unattended train operation as it's called. And the new Stadler-built trains look just stunning. Modern, bright, with 4 walk-through carriages, and obviously fit the subway's unique 4-foot gauge. If you've never ridden on it, compare it to the London Underground tube trains here, and you can see how they're slightly smaller. Actually, if you don't know your Glasgow subway history at all, then you should probably watch the Secrets of the Glasgow subway video. But as a quick reminder now, all you really need to know is that it opened in 1896 and initially used to be cable-hauled until it was later electrified. There's 15 stations on the circular network in total, all originally built with island platforms, although some have been upgraded over the years. And apart from a few name changes, the network has never been extended or expanded and remains the same circle that it's always been. I did also manage to find out the passenger figures too, so head on down to West Street if you want some Glasgow subway least used station action, whilst I headed for the depot and talked to Gordon, who immediately told me the best thing about the new rolling stock.
Well, ride comfort's a lot better. Because there's lots more designed into this train for the suspension and air suspension to give you better ride quality. Then we've obviously got the gangways open right through the train, which gives you a nice feeling of space. They're a little bit quieter, and then ultimately, in the future, we'll go driverless.
The previous trains on the network were 3 cars long. The new units are 4 cars long because they're not all the same length, with the driving vehicles at either end being shorter than the 2 inner vehicles. And there's also an accessible area too for the first time, with flip-up seats.
So you get 2 sort of power cars, if you like, that've got the power converters and motor buggies, and then you got 2 trailer cars with a single buggy each. And that's the kind of formation, but it's not 3 cars anymore, it's just a unit.
I got to compare the old units and the new units in the carriage shed, where the 2 different train types are currently sitting side by side. Again, close up, you get to see how stunning the new Stadler trains are, looking modern, bright, and with so much space with the walk-through carriages. The carriage shed here has actually been extended, and it's worth noting that the subway depot is overground and in the open and susceptible to the weather, because trains come up and down ramps to enter the tunnels. There are crossover tracks down within the tunnels, 1 in each direction, that allow trains to enter service and return to the depot again. Gordon then showed us the battery locos in the depot that he used for maintenance.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of locos, and we've got the flat wagons, because we perform our own track maintenance and re-railing. It's general maintenance on the track beds. The guys will be replacing pandrels, pads, claps, all that kind of lovely stuff. Sometimes we're having to take down pumps to the sumps for pumping the water out. Sometimes we've got problems with them. And then maybe we'll take this wagon off, we get the re-railing wagons, and we go down and re-rail with it. Don't know when we're going to get 17. We've got 4 at the moment. Just done the baseline transition exams at the weekend there for another 2. Hopefully get them in service maybe towards the end of this week, so that'll be us up at 6. Maybe 2 or 3 hot on the heels of that. So we're starting to build up. Some of the old cars have disappeared as well. We've had 10 cars transition through to the NOA. They're away to the scrapyard of the sky. God bless them. So yeah, we're really in the middle of the transition at the moment.
And what you probably don't realise, on most modern trains, is the equipment that's tucked away beneath the seats when you're travelling on them.
Under some of these wheels, you've got basic breakers and things. That's where it'll look after the safety of the train, and it'll communicate with the CBTC system, which will overlook the safety. So we've got the train behaviours in here, the CBTC controlled by the main system back at OCC, and it all talks together, and that's how we operate the trains. So it's CBTC, communication-based train control, will get rid of the track circuits, and the trains will have their own safety envelope round about them, and they'll talk to each other where they are, so that you have that safety. It's like getting rid of the track circuit, but then having it travelling with you on the train.
And then as I saw that the new trains were parked up over the pits, I asked if we could go for a tour underneath.
So this is one of the motor bodies. We've got motors, gearboxes. This is drive connection. We've got our least disc and pad brakes there, which don't get used so often. Most of the braking is rheostatic on these, so a lot of the energy will be reclaimed. So the brakes only get used maybe 3 kph and under. So we're going to save a lot of maintenance on the brakes from that.
In the depot, there's also a new control centre that's been built that would allow them to monitor the whole system.
So the controllers will be able to see everything. They'll be able to see the train positions, they'll be able to see everything coming into the stations, because the stations have been upgraded as well. So the alarms for the trains, the stations, everything will come into there. If someone presses an SOS call point in the train, it automatically switches that train's camera to the camera at that point, so they can see who they're talking to as well. So there's going to be direct communication. It's not like you miss the driver, you miss the communication point. It's going to go straight through to control.
Over time, this is going to will it get filthy dirty? Because you get this, what is it, the iron deposits or something?
So sometimes you get staining on that. Maybe underneath not so bad, but hopefully with the new trains not using their brakes so heavily, they'll only be using the motor braking. So we won't get as much brake dust. So hopefully these ones maybe stay a little bit cleaner. We can always wash them down.
Installation of the platform screen doors will take place at Govan, Cessnock and Ibrox first, followed by the rest of the stations on the network. Only once these are in place can UTO, unattended train operation, then happen. The cabs in the new trains are temporary too, and will eventually be removed to make for more passenger space. And just like the DLR in London and some Paris metro lines, you'll be able to sit up front and look out of the train down the tracks. SPT may also increase the number of trains in use in the peak, and are also considering having longer operational hours on a Sunday. At the moment, trains only run between 10 AM and 6 PM on that day. So come ride the Glasgow subway soon to enjoy the old trains and welcome in the future that is now very much here. So that's Broomloan Depot here on the Glasgow subway. My thanks to everyone at SPT, in particular Gordon, for showing me around. Those are the brand new Stadler trains now rolling out across the Glasgow subway throughout 2024.